Hello, 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 everyone. How y'all doing? Welcome to Thursday night. It's Thursday night. Yay! I get so excited about Thursday nights. You guys just have no idea. This is so much fun for me. It doesn't even seem like work. And even in the preparation each week to try and prepare for things, yeah, I may, really grind it out for an hour or two, try and, pull all the pieces together and everything. But for the most part, it's not really work. It is so much fun for me. You guys have no idea. Um, and it's not just fun for me because of me being in the spotlight and all this other. No, it's fun for me because it gives me the opportunity to reach out to my followers, to my community, to my tribe, to my whatever you want to call it, and it gives me the opportunity to reach out and share the knowledge that I have so it can help you better yourself when it comes to running a business or building a business online. So that's why I get so excited. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're just so excited because you get to share like all the stuff that you know." And that's really not why I began the Thursday night training to begin with. I actually started it because there were so many people who wanted to know things like branding. They wanted to know how that all works, and they want to know more about autoresponders, and they wanted to know, how all of this, the blogging and how to get it set up and all of that. So when I first started the Thursday night training, that was the actual purpose for it, was for me to be able to give you information that is extremely important for you when you're building a business, regardless if you're building it online or offline. Although most of the focus is online through me. But there are some things that it doesn't matter where you're building your business. Yeah, you mean you could build it in a different country even. And it doesn't matter if you build it online or offline in the other country either. You're still going to have a lot of the things that I share with you. You need to hear and to understand and to digest and to be able to use it in your business going down the road. And when you do, you're going to start seeing some really good returns when it comes down to it. So all of this stuff is actually researchable stuff that you can find. The only thing is I've just done my research. I've done all of my topics, and I've figured things out, and that's why I'm bringing it to you, so you don't have to spend all that time, because really I spent a whole lot of time reading, sifting through, watching webinars, going through this email pack, subscribing to this training thing. I really pulled it all in, and now I'm giving it to you. So I've pulled it all in. I've used the things that I really thought were important. There's still some things that I still think are important that I haven't started using yet. I'm working on that. But still, I'm giving you all of the information that even 6 and 7 figure earners are using. They're doing this stuff. This is not just me talking out my yin yang or whatever you want to call it. This is me telling you, hey, this stuff actually works. If you don't believe me, go ask Diane Hochman. If you don't believe me, go ask Mark Harmon. If you don't believe me, then let's see, who else is big in the circuit? Adam Chandler. There's so many different people out there who, if they were to watch the training on Thursday night, they would agree with me that this stuff is all important, and it's all a mindset thing. It's all a gathering thing. And so tonight, I really wanted to stay away from some of the technical stuff, because there's been a lot of talk this past week about struggle. And it's not just been about struggle. It's been about, well, I'm struggling, and my results are struggling, and my business is struggling as a whole. And it comes down to it. When you first start in a business, a lot of times we start a business because, our best friend or our sister or our mother, whoever, talked us into going to one of those meetings at hotels, and you went and you got talked into starting up this business, and you're not sure how it works, you're not sure how to do it, but you start working on it, and you start getting results, and you get a little bit happy, and then all of a sudden it's like it all stops. And a lot of that is simply because when you get into business for yourself, personal development, self-help, self-development, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. Personal development is crucial, and we're going to find out why it's crucial tonight. Now, guys, this past week has been kind of an interesting week. I ended up with a very bad virus on my computer. Yes, that was not good. It shut my whole computer down, and I wasn't able to do anything. So tonight, when you see the presentation, you're actually going to be seeing very plain, bland slides. There's no pictures, no fun animation, none of that stuff. So I haven't got the computer back up and running 100% as of right now, but that is going to be coming in the near future. So what I'm telling you is next week should be back to normal. This week is going to be a little weird and a little off. But I did get the computer back up and running, and I've pretty much gotten things back to normal for the most part. I'm still having to sift through all my files and put them in the right places and things of that sort from the transfer over. But things like that happen in our lives, and they happen on our journey, and it's a technology glitch that you can't ever predict. You can just deal with the circumstances that you have. And yes, I was absolutely devastated when I saw that error come up, and the guy told me, oh, it's going to be $300 to fix. And my first thought was, nuh-uh, I'm not paying that amount of money to get my computer fixed. I'm not. I don't think I need to. Well, I didn't pay the money. I didn't have to pay the money. So, but the whole reality of, oh my gosh, my computer isn't working is something that could potentially send anybody into a major panic mode or major frenzy because they don't have their computer, the main tool that they need to build their business. And yes, it was stressful. Yes, I started to cry. I'm not going to say that I didn't, because here I am thinking again, oh, something else that has just gotten in the way of me trying to obtain my goals. And it can be very frustrating at times, but it's what you do with those circumstances that make you a stronger person. So I took a couple of deep breaths, and I had a conversation with the devil, and I told him that he's not wanted here and that he better stop trying to keep me from reaching my goals, because I'm going whether he wants me to or not. He can try to throw anything he wants to at me. And so that's the way it is. I told him, I said, that's it. I don't want you around here. And a lot of times when we're getting really close to greatness, that's when we suffer and face the most adversity. So with that being said, guys, I'm working on the progress of getting back up and running again with the computer, and it should be up and we will be good. So I'm excited about that. So tonight is going to be kind of plain slides, but it's not going to keep me from sharing with you all of the great information that I'm bringing to you tonight about personal development. So with that being said, you'll have to pardon me because I am not actually going to be in PowerPoint. I'm actually going to be in Google Slides. And this is a new program for me, so bear with me. I will do my best to try to make it work. And it looks like we are just about ready to present. But I'm going to tell you that I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I won't be able to use my slides or anything like that. And I said, they're used to seeing slides and printed stuff, and for some reason, I have a hard time doing a presentation without the slides, because I really feel like when you get material in two ways, whether it's written and verbal, or maybe it's not visual. You can do visual and vocal. You can do visual and verbal. And you could, if you have information coming into your brain in more than one way, if you have it in two ways, whether you're reading along in a book, when someone's actually reading the book through an audiobook recording, that's double dose. So your brain's going to remember it a little bit better because it's getting the same exact thing in two different areas. So not only are you listening to the audiobook, but you're also seeing with your eyes the letters and the words on the page. So you get that double dose of that content and of that information. And that is the best. That is the best way to get it, is get the double dose. But if you can't do that, I always at least like to be able to jot down some things where you can take some notes and follow along with me where we're going, because some things kind of need to write down. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen with you. Screen share. Let's see. We're going to do the entire screen here. And oh, there you go in the big long hallway. Here we go. So what I'm going to show you right now is actually going to be the Thursday night training. So let's go ahead and get started for tonight. Guys, I want to thank you so much for being here tonight for Thursday night training. My name is Dana Carpio, and it's a pleasure to have you here. And any of the training that I do is training to make your business explode. That's the whole point. It's all about your business. What do you need to know to make your business grow? Ooh, I might use that. What do you need to know to make your business grow? And that's the whole point of having Thursday night training to begin with. Back in the day, people were asking me questions, and I thought, well, hey, why not just start up a training, and then everybody can come to me, and everybody has the information, and then we're good to go. So it's a really exciting event. So tonight for Thursday night training, we are actually going to be covering personal development. Now, some people say, oh, personal development. Well, I don't want to hear about it. Self-help, blah, 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 the yada, 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 kumbaya stuff. No, that's not what we're covering. That's not what we're going to cover this week. I'm going to share with you some different things that you can do and different ways that you can be able to work self-development or personal development into your schedule without having to create additional time. So let me show you here, like, where we're going. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and my story. I'm going to tell you why personal development is so crucial to the success of you and your business. I'm also going to share practical ways to implement personal development into your already busy schedule. You're not going to have to change your schedule one bit to get personal development in there. And I know you're thinking, well, if I got to do one more thing, how do I add it to my schedule? Super simple. I got some great tips for you in ways that you can sneak it in your day, and you'll never know that you added something else to your day. Okay. We're also going to cover the types of material that you can use for your personal development. There's different types, and we'll get into that. And and also I'm going to help you with getting a leg up on the competition. Now, your personal development and your mindset and things of that sort, you never, ever, 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 ever want to compare yourself to other people. Now, I don't even know how many reasons why. I'm sitting here trying to think of a good phrase to say, but I don't even really know how many reasons there are and how to express it about, different reasons why you should not even think about your competition. Don't think about what somebody else is doing and the results they're getting unless it's something that you want to do. If they're getting extremely good results by doing something different than what you are, find out what they're doing different so you can get the results too. But do not compare each other. Do not have that comparison to each other. Okay. Because it only breeds negativity. And when you have that negativity inside you and in your heart and in your life, it makes it very difficult to be able to step forward positively. Okay, and we'll get into a little bit more stuff here in just a little bit. So here's a little bit about me. We are a family of six. I have four children. The two older children, the 18-year-old and the 17-year-old, are my stepchildren. And then I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. The 5-year-old just started kindergarten this year. He is having a blast, and so am I. It's actually kind of nice to have him away and at school during the day, and it just be me and my 3-year-old son. But because he's really happier at school because he's always doing stuff and he doesn't have to worry about mom and all this other stuff. So he is having the time of his life in kindergarten. We don't all live in Hermitage, Tennessee. Myself, my husband, and the two younger ones live here in Hermitage, Tennessee. The other two actually live with their mom in Asheville, North Carolina. And one of them is in college, and the other one is a senior in high school. Yeah, we're a blended family. But I treat the two older boys just as if they were my own sons. So I'm still convinced we are a family of six. Now, in April of 2014, I actually started with my primary company and I started doing the things that they were telling me to do. And I had two meetings, one here at my home and one in a restaurant in Franklin, Tennessee, which is actually where that's where I grew up, I guess you could say, because that's where I spent most of my childhood was in Franklin, and nobody showed to either one. I was heartbroken, devastated, but I still kept going, and so I kept posting and talking about my primary company, and then it got to the point to where I was like, well, now I'm losing friends. I was like, oh my gosh, and not only did I lose friends, but I also lost a car. That's right. So we had no car, so I wasn't able to go to the hotel meetings like everybody else was. I wasn't able to get out in the real world, if you will, and start talking to people. I actually had to do things differently. And so I started to market online only in July of 2014. Now, when I started marketing online, I did the same thing that most people do. I made the same mistakes. I was posting product all over the place. I was posting opportunity posts all over the place. Even got kicked out of a couple of rooms and a couple of groups just because I was posting the same stuff everybody else was posting. And so I was like, wait, I know you can run a business online. I just know it. And I knew in my heart that I could. So I started to get a free online marketing education. That free online marketing education was actually validated by several industry professionals. So it wasn't one of those things where if I read it, it was true. If I read it once, okay, I gotcha. If I read it again, I remember that. If I read it for the third time, it was validated for me. It meant that there were at least 3 people within the industry that believed the same way, that had the same thought, that did the same thing. And that's when I knew that I was on the right track. And during this whole time, I knew that there were certain platforms and systems and programs, basically tools, technical tools that I would need in order to build my business online. And I tried to do it on my own. I was like, yes, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to have me an autoresponder and I'm going to have a lead capture page and I'm going to have my blog and I'm going to have da 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 da. I struggle with the technology so bad. And I'm pretty good when it comes to computers and technology, but it was very time consuming. Like I spent 2 weeks trying to connect from a lead capture page to an actual, I think I was pointing it to a video at that time. And, just between the coding and the making sure that this link clicked with this and it took me to the right place over there and just, I got so stressed out. I hit a breaking point. I was either going to push through it or I was going to pass on the whole kit and caboodle. Good thing I'm a believer and I put it in prayer. And when I put it in prayer, then for some blessing, I don't want to say some strange reason, I almost did, but I really believe it's a blessing that I found someone who came to me who was asking me about my business. And I actually have joined him. He is a mentor to me. And he is also a trainer. for the MLSP community that I'm a member of. And now the MLSP training has actually just started. They actually have coaches, MLSP coaches, and he's one of them. I'm blown away. He's a killer dude. I love him to death. He's great. He helps me out. And so I joined the MLSP community with him because I felt like I got the support, the guidance, the validation of everything that I studied, and I got the belief. And that was not just the belief in the MLSP community or in their system or in the marketing tools or in my mentor. That was belief in myself. Once I got plugged in to the community and really started to focus on things that I haven't been doing and things that I need to be doing, and started listening to the morning wake up call, then the belief really became strong. And now you ask me, hey, Dana, do you believe that you're going to make it? Do you believe that you're going to be a success? Well, I already am a success, first of all. But my answer is 100 times over yes, I do. And even if I wasn't a success at this point, I still would not stop. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, but I am still a success. I don't make that. No, I still have some time. Basically, I'm not an infant anymore. I'm more like I'm a child. I'm not even a toddler. I'm a child now. And the more I know, I mean, there's going to be a time when I'm going to be a teenager, and then there's going to be a time when I'm going to be a young adult, and there's going to be a time when I'm going to be, right in the middle in the 40s and the 50s, and then I'm going to be an elderly person because I'm going to know all of this stuff, and I've been in the industry for so many years. So there's still time and there's still opportunity to improve. Now, nothing has been the same since I've joined MLSP. I have to tell you that, because my mental state has changed a lot. And that part of that is because the community. The other part is because I intentionally put myself in places so I would change, so I would grow. And that's one thing that you have to do. Now, here is why personal development is so crucial. First and foremost, even though you might believe it, and contrary to popular belief, you don't know everything. You don't. You may think you are the smartest sucker on the planet. You might be, but you don't know everything. So you always want to be open to learning something new. It could be a lot of different things. I mean, you could find out all kinds of information about a new computer program, about how to talk with people more effectively, about really connecting and communicating with your audience. You don't know everything. You may know a whole lot, but you don't know everything. So your personal development that you do is going to help you progress and get better so you know more. Now, reason number 2 is because you have you talk to different people, and you have different communication with different people, and you need to know, some people, they have one style of communication, but that doesn't fit with everybody else. Not everybody is the same style. So in order to be able to talk to different people, you actually have to have the ability to talk to them and to connect with them. How do you know how to do that? Well, personal development. You find out how. You go learn how. You develop yourself to be more successful in business. Okay? Another reason why personal development is so crucial is because you need skills to pay the bills. That's right. I can promise you that 90 to 95% of those who enter the online marketing space, or even the network marketing, direct sales, MLM space, they don't have the very specific skills that they need in order to be an entrepreneur and run a successful business online. Now, if you think about it, you know that there's certain skills that you have to have, and not everybody has those skills, which that kind of explains why in some uh, companies why for example, like why some reps are better than others. Some of them have the skills. They have those people skills, and they have the selling skills, and they don't have issues with objections, and it just goes on and on and on. They have, the ability to go and they prospect well. But then you have on the flip side someone else who is, they're really bad at technology, or they don't talk to people very well, or they really don't connect with those who they're speaking with. They don't understand how to use a phone or how to use social media, or those are all trivial things. The one and the only constant in your business is you. That's it. Just you. If you are wanting to make your business a complete and utter success, you have to have certain skills to pull it off. Now, there are certain skills and knowledge and things that you need to learn straight off from the beginning. But as you go and as you grow, you need to keep developing personal skills. Not only does it help you to make sales and things of that sort, but it will also make you as a person and as a business owner a stronger um, a stronger person. You're more talented. You have more skills. And it doesn't just work for online, it works for offline. And if you ever, and I say this very, I'm trying to tread very lightly on eggshells here. If you ever decide to quit, I say never quit. Never, ever, ever, ever quit. Never. Because you're going to kick yourself in the tail for quitting. If you ever do decide to quit, the skills that you learn while working on your business can be used for a new job. No, it doesn't come with a formal education. But if you have any special skills, you list them on your resume and you tell the employer. You say, I have this skill. Well, how did you gain that skill? Because I was working on building my own business. And this is something that I learned in the process. Now, you don't have to tell them that the business failed. You don't have to say that it was a huge success. And you don't have to tell them, well, it belly flopped within the first 3 months. All you have to say is, this is a new skill I acquired when I was building a business online. Or this is a skill I have acquired from, past experience. They'll be able to tell if it's, a real skill or if it's just kind of a skill. I promise you that. But you have to be able to learn how to do things in order to generate more revenue and to create more sales. Okay. Another reason why personal development is crucial is to clear the blockages in your subconscious mind. Now, unless you have been reading books about the law of attraction, or manifesting money, or things of that sort. If you have been trying so hard and trying so hard and trying so hard, and your mental state in your subconscious mind is keeping you from doing it, then you need to personally develop. You need to get a book, or listen to an audio, or even listen to an audio book about that particular topic to help you clear the blockages so you can start experiencing success in those different areas. So you want to clear the blockages in your subconscious mind so you can attract the amount of money that you want. You can manifest things in real life from the simple things that you think. You can't do that if you have an underlying belief that you're not worthy. If you have an underlying belief in your subconscious mind saying you're not worthy, you don't deserve this, you're not smart enough for this, then yeah, you need some personal development. You need to listen to an audiobook or read a book or listen to an audio or watch a video or something to help you clear the blockages so you can experience success. Now, when you do personal development, you become a better, more attractive person. And here's why I say that. You become a better person because you are obtaining knowledge that you can use to change not only your life, but the life of others. You become more attractive too because you are seen as someone who actually gives a care about themselves. You want to grow. You want to learn. You want to do these things. And when you find somebody who wants to improve themselves, that's not saying, okay, they're not happy with themselves. I'm not going to be anywhere around them. No, that means they're not happy with themselves and they are looking to change their life. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication to change your life. Whether it's on the physical outside world, or if it's in the inside inner sanctum of your brain and your head and your heart. You will become a better person. You will learn these things, and as you learn them, you implement them, and that's when the changes start taking effect. And then other people see you and they're like, oh, wow. I like the fact that she invests time into her own growth or his growth. It's a never-ending cycle. If you stop learning and you stop trying to grow personally, then your business is going to become stagnant and it's going to stop. Because you're not doing what you need to do. Now, the last reason why personal development is crucial is because it sets the law of attraction into motion. You say, well, okay, first of all, what's the law of attraction? Okay, you can attract things to you. Like I said, you have your subconscious mind has certain beliefs, and if you believe that you are worthy of having money, you can manifest that money through the law of attraction. So when you start to when you make the decision in your mind that you are done being where you are, that you need to grow, you need to change, that in order for things to change, you have to be willing to change yourself. Now, if you don't want it to go backwards and you don't want it to go in the negative way, you've got to find a way to change it positively. And the best way to do that is through personal development. How do I change myself to be better? When you find that information out and then you take action based on that information, that will automatically set the law of attraction into motion. Because you're taking action on a positive method, on something that's going to change your life and move you forward. It's attractive. People like that. The however you want to call it, the God, if you want to call it God, the universe, the forces that may be, what have you, they start seeing that, and the frequency that you are vibrating on changes, and it's noticed around, and things just start coming to you. Things just start coming to you. But you have to be willing to say, okay, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I could stand to learn, maybe I could stand to learn a little bit more about prospecting and how to talk to other people. Maybe I could stand to learn a little bit more about this whole law of attraction thing. It sounds kind of cool. Maybe I should learn, even if it's learning the technical stuff of how to set up a Twitter account. That is still personal development. If you didn't study it, I mean, you don't. If you don't know how it works and you didn't study it, you go and you study it and you figure out, oh, that's how to do it. And you turn around and you set up your account. That's personal development. You just taught yourself how to do something. Go you. Very proud of you. That's the way it should be. But if you do not have personal development in your business daily method of operation, if you don't put it in there, if you don't have it in there and you don't put it in there, don't expect to succeed. Don't. And I'm not telling you this to be hateful. I'm not telling you this to be mean. I'm telling you this because it's the truth. However, if you don't have personal development set up every single day, you need to set that up. You need to implement that into your day. If you set it up into your day from this point going forward, what's going to happen is you're going to start to see some changes. And they're going to be some cool changes. I'm experiencing some now. And it is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Because I know that in the near future, things are going to change dramatically. And I am so excited. I'm just thrilled. I am. Because I know that I have had to grow in my personal development, and I've had to learn in my personal development. And you could ask anybody who is in business, is personal development crucial? And they will look at you and they'll be like, well, duh, of course it is, right? Of course it's crucial. So get on the personal development train. I know some people don't prefer the word or term self-help because they feel like it's, like, I don't need self-help. Like, I don't need to help myself. I just need to develop. I need to change some things. I need to learn new things that I can implement. Now that we know why it is so crucial, this next one is going to be so much fun. I'm going to share with you the types of material, and then we're going to go into more of the how to implement it into your life. Now, here are the types of material that you can use. You can use regular books, library books, absolutely free. Just don't lose them, don't abuse them. There's thousands of them out there that you can pick and choose from. And it's not just one library. A lot of the libraries, like here in Nashville, it's all done through it's Metropolitan Nashville Public Library. And there are branches that are off of the Nashville Public Library, and one of the branches is in Hermitage. So I can access anything in Hermitage in the library and anything in any other library that is connected with the Metro Nashville Public Library system. That's powerful. So if my Hermitage library doesn't have the book that I want, I can actually connect with any other branch and have it sent to my local branch and pick it up. Awesome. Books. Get them at the library, absolutely free. You can also get them at used bookstores. There's a place out in Knoxville called McKay's. You can go over there and it's just tons and tons and tons of books. I'm sure you can find some at a ridiculously low price with them being used. The second thing that you can get is an ebook. Now, this ebook is like an electronic book, and you can get it through the internet. And it's typically free, and all you have to do is just, in order to get the ebook, you just exchange an email address. So you give them your email address, they give you the book. Plain and simple. That's your exchange of currency. Okay, so the ebooks, you find them on the internet. Those are super simple to read on your phone while you're on the go. You know, if you're sitting on the train, riding into work, you can sit there and read your ebook. Stop watching YouTube videos. Put away the cat videos. You're an entrepreneur. You're not a cat connoisseur. Now, audios are different. The audios, you've got a podcast that you can listen to, and there are, I don't know, thousands upon thousands upon thousands of podcasts that you can listen to that will suit the personal development space. You can find them on the internet. All you have to do, just go to Google, type in podcast, and you're going to get a huge list. Or if you want something a specific style of podcasts for like a particular topic, like you want something for the law of attraction, you type in Google, say law of attraction podcast, and it's going to pull up a whole list of law of attraction podcasts that you can listen to. Most of them are going to be for free. Some of them are going to be, they're going to cost. And it's up to you whether you decide to do the fee-based or if you want to do the free. Audiobooks. That has become my newest obsession, is audiobooks. I am not kidding you when I sit here and say, within the last 7 days, I have gone through 6 audiobooks. 6. That's a lot of audiobooks. How did I get through so many audiobooks in 7 days? Well, some of them are 7 or 8 hours long. Some of them are, 3. I think the lowest one that I listened to was 2 hours, and I finished that one up this morning. 6 audiobooks in 7 days. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to do that. That's powerful stuff, because the more you have going in and the more you can figure things out, the more you can turn around. You can help your audience with the lessons that you learned from that information. And then you can turn around and also implement any of that information into what you're already working on when it comes to your business. How genius. I'm going to show you how I did it. 6 books, 7 days. Incredible. Now, videos are an excellent source of material. You can get them through YouTube, Vimeo, live stream, however you want. When you get the videos from YouTube, however, you want to make sure that it is a legitimate YouTube person, someone who knows what they're talking about, someone who is going to steer you in the right direction, give you the right information, and not some just, some average Joe Schmo who doesn't know what he's talking about. It can be very frustrating, because then you learn all this stuff that's not right and not true, and you turn around and try to use it and it just doesn't work, and then you run into other people and they're like, well, why are you doing that? That's crazy. And you're like, well, this person told me to. Well, you were crazy for listening to them. So be careful who you listen to when it comes to YouTube. Another great type of material is websites. So, for example, John C. Maxwell has a huge website full of information, absolutely free. You can go to his website and spend hours upon hours upon hours upon hours going through the content. Now, some of the websites, they offer, some free surprises. They say, hey, click on this for an audiobook, or thanks for signing up today. Here's a book absolutely free, my newest release. You never know what the websites are going to have. They also have plenty of places on websites where you can just enter your information in and get a PDF with a checklist. Or maybe it's not even a checklist. Like, for example, for those of you who are attending this evening, I have a surprise for you at the end. But that surprise is one of those things that you'll be able to get on a website. It's going to be super cool. So go to the websites, check them out. We're talking about Eric Worre, John C. Maxwell, or even some of the more famous ones right now, which would be the online marketers, would be Mark Herbert, Lisa Torres, Diane Hochman. Let's see, who else? Of course, Ray and Jessica Higdon. But those places are going to be really good places to go and study. It will help you develop yourself better to be more effective in your business activities. Seminars, whether they're offline or online, either way, they are a huge, huge positive when it comes to personal development. There is a company, there is an app called Strongbrook, all one word, Strongbrook. Strongbrook. And as a matter of fact, I believe I have a link, but I don't have a link on my website. Yes, I do have a link on my website. I take that back. I do. I have a link on my website to Strongbrook. You go, you click on it, and there are training sessions. A lot of them were seminars that were recorded. And they will teach you different ways through your personal development, like what you need to do. Like, there was a six-figure coaching program that I went through and watched. And then there's just so many there. I know Les Brown has a course there. And there's so many different ones, but there's seminars that were given offline and somebody recorded it, and now they've put it online. So it doesn't matter if you physically cannot get to a seminar in California for one reason or another. That's okay. Don't stress yourself out. There are seminars online that have been recorded, and you can watch those. But either way, whether it's offline or online, seminars can be a great, great opportunity for personal development. Webinars is another one. If someone does a webinar about building your personal ability, then there you go. That's a great opportunity. Pardon me just a minute. Let me get a drink. So, in addition to those types of materials, there's also magazines and paperback books, and there's additional websites and social media platforms that you can go to. There's, for example, on Google Plus, I know there's one that's called Inspirational Quotes, and I follow them, and I find more and more inspirational quotes, and it's just so cool. I'm like, wow, this is pretty awesome. It makes me feel good, and it also gives me other stuff to be able to turn around and share with those of you who are on my list, my email list, or for those of you who are attached to me through social media. It doesn't matter the type of material. There are so many methods and so many ways that you can absorb the information. Just be open to using different types of material. Now, moving right along, we're going to go into the ways to integrate into your schedule. Now, I want you to think about a typical day. When you get up in the morning and you're taking a shower, what's usually going on around you? You're just taking a shower, getting ready to go to work. You brush your teeth, get dressed, head out the door. So you had dead air time in the shower. Perfect time for an audiobook. I know what you're thinking. Are you crazy, Dana? I'm not getting in the shower with my phone or my computer or blah, 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 blah. No. I'm not telling you to do that. Okay? What I'm saying is if your phone has a speaker, which most of them do, or if you have a Bluetooth speaker that'll connect to your phone, which most phones are Bluetooth now, the speaker's like $10. Seriously. Buy a speaker and hook it up and play it while you're in the shower. I know what you're thinking. Are you insane? No, I'm not. I'm dead up serious. This is not adding anything to your schedule. You're just using the time that you have a little more efficiently. So you're listening to it in the shower. Well, what about when you're cooking? I want to pay attention to my food, make sure I don't burn it. Well, you're not going to burn your food. I promise. You have to make sure you pay attention to it. Yes. But when you're doing mindless tasks like cooking and cleaning and laundry and yard work and car work, when you're on road trips, maybe you're sitting in a doctor's office waiting room with your kid or even by yourself. You've got time. Take that listen. Okay, if you have 5 minutes, take that 5 minutes and listen to 5 minutes worth of self-development. Well, thank yourself later. Even when you're waiting for your kids to get out of school. You see parents in the line. They go early and they sit in the line because they want to get their kids first, right? What are they doing? What do most people do? They get in line and they start punching around on their phone, right? 9 times out of 10, it's social media, or maybe they're checking their email. But instead of doing that, how powerful would it be for you to say, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and play on Facebook. I'm not going to go on Twitter. I don't care right now about all that other stuff. I just need more input. And I'm going to tell you, the more input that you give, the more output you're going to be able to give too. People say all the time, well, I don't know how to do that. I don't have anything to talk about. I don't have any value. Don't think you have any value? That's okay. Go out there, find something to learn in one of the formats that we've already talked about, one of the material formats, and implement it into your schedule in an area where it doesn't add to what you're currently doing. You can easily sneak it in. Now, I'm not telling you to ignore customers at work if you have a job and you have to work. I'm not telling you to, completely drown out your family all day. But these are ways that you can actually, what I do, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you, what I do is I put my earphones on my ears and I run the cord underneath my shirt and I put it in the top of my phone, which is where my thing is. And after I do that, I put the phone in my back pocket. I turn on an audiobook. So the cord's not in my way. I have an audiobook going on in my head while I'm doing all this other stuff. Talk about multitasking to a T. To a T. Cleaning the bathroom. A lot of times I will listen to a self-development or a personal development piece then. Road trips, from the time that you get in the car to the time that you get to your office. Let's say, for example, that's 30 minutes, okay? 30 minutes one way. And then you have 30 minutes on the way back. So that's an hour a day. Instead of bebopping along to the music in the car, put in a personal development. You could put in a CD, or you could even do an audiobook and pull it off your phone. Just turn the radio off. While you're doing your makeup or doing your hair in the morning, pop one in. And I have a great tool. I'm going to show you this tool here in just a little bit. That it's a phenomenal tool, and I'm completely stuck on it. And it bothers me that I only get to use it so many times throughout the month because I want to use it so much more. But it is invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. And by putting this information and taking these opportunities to get some personal development in while I'm doing other stuff, I don't have to be 100% paying attention to what's going on in my head. I don't have to be 100% paying attention to what they're saying to me, because they're saying it, my brain's hearing it. Even though I may not actively be sitting in front of my computer waiting for them to say something so I can jot it down. Now, there was, like I was saying, there's a tool that I want to show you. And in this tool, there's a really cool feature that I like. And I'll show you that too. And that'll help you for when those, when you're cooking and you're cleaning and, you're out there working on the car, whatever. If you want to mark something within that audio, it's not like a bookmark. It's a bookmark, really. You can go back and reference it and say, oh, I want to listen to that again. I didn't quite catch that. But it gives you that opportunity. It's super easy to integrate it into your schedule. If you're on the bus, maybe you're riding the bus from the house to school. Maybe going to college or what have you. You ride the bus from your house to the school. On the bus, what are you doing? Are you playing around on Facebook? Are you checking all your social media stuff? Are you looking at your calendar? Are you, playing a game? When you're an entrepreneur or a business person and you are trying to grow yourself and you are trying to grow your business, in order for that to happen, you have to be willing to give up some other stuff. You can turn around and you can say, well, Dana, I don't have time for this personal development stuff. Yes, you do. Are you playing a game? Do you play a game? Do you play Mahjong, or do you play, what was the jelly donuts, or do you play any kind of game like that? Yes, I do. There's time right there. Stop playing the game. But it's more fun. Well, of course it is. But is that game going to make you money? No, it's not. Prime opportunity for you to be working on personal development. Don't just sit there in a doctor's office waiting room. A lot of times, and I've had it happen more than once, where the doctor doesn't get me for 30 minutes after my appointment time. So I've been sitting there for 45 minutes waiting, and instead of flipping through the magazine, carry your headphones with you. Pop them on, turn on your audio. You don't have to be at home fully 100% focused straight up on it in order to get benefit from it. There's so many times in our daily lives where there is dead air space or an opportunity for you to be able to absorb additional information, even while you're doing something else. So if you are, I wouldn't recommend trying to, write a blog post and try to listen at the same time. It can get confusing. And I've actually done it to the point to where I was typing what the person was saying and not what I wanted to say. It messes with my brain big time. So since that's the case, you don't want to do it that way. But when you're doing other mindless tasks that you don't really have to pay a whole lot of attention to, that's a perfect time for an audiobook or a podcast. If I miss the MLSP wake up daily motivation wake up calls, then when I'm doing the dishes at night after dinner, I listen to it. If it takes me longer to do the dishes than it does to listen to one call, I listen to another call. The joy of having an iPhone or an Android phone is the ability to be able to use certain things on the go. And so you don't have to be at home. I mean, you could be sitting out on the, at the pool if you wanted to. Let the kids play, Instead of just sitting out there with your eyes closed in the sun, you can sit out there with your eyes closed in the sun with a book in your ear, listening to some kind of a podcast where they're empowering you to be stronger. There are ways to implement it into your schedule, not adding anything to it. So I challenge you to look in your schedule today and see where there's dead air time. Look for the opportunity to be able to develop yourself into a better business person, into a better entrepreneur. Now, here's some ways to get a leg up on the competition. I know I said before, you don't want to compare yourself. Comparison is the thief of dreams. Never compare yourself with anyone else. Everybody's different. Everybody's unique. Everybody's individual. Okay. The number one thing, and I hear this from a lot of the people that have been doing the audiobooks that I've been listening to lately, the first thing that they tell you to do to see a huge jump in what you're doing and the results that you're getting, get a coach or a mentor. Seriously, get a coach or a mentor, because what they're going to do is they are going to drop the learning curve, the time that it's going to take for you to learn this stuff. They're going to drop it in half, if not more. Because they've done this, they've been there, they know what they're doing. They can tell you what are the crucial points that you need to know about and research and study versus having to go through everything. I'm one of those people who likes to go through everything. I do. I get more going through everything, I feel, because I'm one of those detail people. I am. I like the details. If you're going to tell me why, if you're going to tell me that something's going to happen, I want to know why, and I want to know how, and I want to know when, and I want to. Who else is coming? The list just goes on and on and on. I'm very detail oriented. So when it comes to certain things, being that detail oriented can be very destructive for my overall plan, and I can get bogged down with the details. So when I found my mentor, I was like, oh wow, he's been there, he's done that, he has this, and it was a lot easier for me to transition from I don't know what to do, to, hey, he knows what to do. He said, don't worry about that. I'm not, there's no reason to even worry about that. Don't be concerned with it. When I was trying to tear it apart and detail it to the utmost point. So getting a coach or a mentor will dramatically increase your ability to achieve success. But not only that, but it will also shorten your learning curve. So highly suggested, get a coach or a mentor. You want to join a community of people who already have what you want. Now, that's one reason why I have chosen MLSP, because they are a community that has what I want. I want a 6 and 7 figure business. They're the community that has the training and the tools and the other people who are earning 6 and 7 figures. I'm part of that community. I'm surrounding myself with other people who have gone down the path that I would like to go down. The competition, if they don't know that, then you got them beat. You do. When you surround yourself with the people who have the same type of goal and the same ambition that you do, and the same perseverance and the same commitment, then you know and you feel that connection. And when they already have what you want, they're going to teach you what they did to get to where they are. You don't want to miss that. You miss that, and you miss all kinds of gold nuggets and how-tos and ways to build your empire, to build your legacy. So highly recommend that you join a community that will lift you up and teach you the best way to market, hands down. Another way that you can get a leg up on the competition is the Instant Manifestation by Dr. Joe Vitale. That particular book really spoke to me. And that's because he talks about like where your mind is, where your subconscious is, and different things that can keep you from manifesting what it is that you really want. It was actually a very good book. I recommend it. Instant Manifestation by Dr. Joe Vitale. Also, I had an absolute blessing to be able to grab the audio version where Gary Vaynerchuk actually read his own book called Crush It. And it's available now. And I'm going to share with you the app where I listened to it. It was on fire. He gave me more places to go and do the different things that will tie everything together, and just it was a really, really solidly written book to teach you certain things about the online marketing space. And I believe in my heart that if you listen to that book or you read that book, you will definitely have a leg up on the competition. But I'm going to tell you, the number one thing to have a leg up on the competition over all 4 of these things is to commit yourself to personal development. Not everybody's going to do the work. Not everybody is going to say, hey, I think I need to work on da-da-da-da-da. Where's my next resource? Not everybody's going to do that. But you can pass up your competition quickly, do much better than they will if you develop yourself. So I encourage you to check out the Instant Manifestation and Crush It. 2 very good books. And then you can have that leg up on the competition. Read the books, put whatever you read into action. Get yourself a coach or a mentor. Knock out that learning curve and get busy. Now, next week, we are actually going to be talking about creating an ebook. I'm so excited. So super excited because I've already started 2 ebooks myself. And one of them I'm actually going to be putting on my website over the course of this next week, so you can kind of see the one that I created, and that way you can kind of see maybe as an example of how you might want to set yours up as well. And what we're going to be talking about is how to decide what the best topic and the type of material to cover in your book based on your audience. Whatever they want is what you want to give them. Whomever you want to attract, that you want to give them the best information you can to attract them. Okay, so there's several different ways that you can come across and find out the, what's the hot button, what's the thing that they want. You can find that stuff out, and we'll talk about that more next week. Where to share your ebook to get massive exposure and leads, not just on your website, not just on social media either. But I'll share with you how to get massive exposure. And I'm also going to teach you the technical how-to. We're going to go through that as well, so you can create your ebook right after the training. So you'll be able to go to the website, go in, put your information in, set it up the way you want to set it, create your ebook, and have it ready by the next day. That is, if you know what your topic's going to be, and it's going to be super simple. I don't like complex stuff because it just takes too long. So, but I do like the details of stuff. So when we get into the create an ebook, there's going to be some details that I'm going to give you. And I'm also thinking about generating a worksheet or a checklist, if you will, for when you get ready to create an ebook of the different types of information that you want to make sure goes into that book. No questions asked, has to be in there. It would be absolutely ridiculous not to have it, kind of deal. Okay? So I'm going to get all of the bits and pieces and specifics and everything for you together so you can learn how to create your own ebook, get it on your website, set it up as your opt-in, promote it out to your social media platforms, and you could even take it to like Office Max or Office Depot, have them print it up and bind it for you. So you actually have a physical ebook, a physical book to go with it. It's just, it's fun. It's a great way to give solid information to your audience. It's a very effective, hey, here's a freebie kind of thing, to start generating leads and start building that relationship with your audience and with your prospects. So guys, that's super exciting. I'm like really excited to do the whole ebook thing. It's going to be so much fun. So that is all I have for the slides today. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you now one of the places where you can get, you can actually get books. And if you look here, I'm going to see if you can see it on my phone. Let's see here. There is an app. It's called Hoopla, Hoopla, Hoopla. And it's hard to see. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see from there. It's called Hoopla, and it has several different things. I mean, there's featured audiobooks that you can get. You can search by genre, so you can type in self-help, you can type in business, you can type in personal development, self-development, what have you, and it gives you not just audiobooks. I mean, there's audiobooks, there's movies, there's music, comics, ebooks, television. So you have several different formats available just within this one app, but this app pulls from your local library. So when you go in and you set up your account, it's going to ask you for your library card and stuff. And when you set that up, you can go in and you can actually read, I think it's up to 10 per month. And I have only 2 titles left, but it is a huge resource for you to be able to get any kind of personal development information that you want in order to help you grow your business. So definitely Hoopla, Hoopla. Try that app. There's also Audible, Audible. Audible is an app too, but a lot of the things that they have, you have to pay for. So I'm just telling you, on a freebie stature, because I know a lot of these things you can get absolutely for free through the Hoopla app or through your library even. And so if you can get it through those things and it's absolutely free, why not? Why push yourself to, have to pay for things if you don't absolutely need to? So use Hoopla as a good free source. Use your library as a good resource. Audible is a great one. You can always go to Amazon and buy the book cheap if you want to do it that way. If you're more of a, I got to have a book in the hand kind of person. But if you're not, then, you can easily do it through Hoopla or through Audible. So that is a super cool thing. And I wanted to show you something. I went to the library today, and for those of you who have attended the training tonight, you're going to be getting a very special 50 resource list, absolutely free, 50 resource list to help you with your personal and business development. So there's 50 different items on this list. Each of the items is an item that will either help you with your mindset or will help you learn better, like how to close, help you learn more of what the network marketing industry is all about. So what I did today is I actually went to the library. I had to go there for other reasons, but I went to the library and I pulled out some books that I wanted to share with you. So, and these are some great titles for you to check out. This one right here. This one is called The Circle of Profit. And it's by Anik. Let me see if you can see that. Ooh, there we go. Anik Singal, Singal. Anik is the first name. Anik Singal. So, The Circle of Profit. This is a really good book. Pretty easy read. It teaches you to go from the very beginning of an idea to turn your passion into an actual profit. It teaches you the cycle of how things go. Very, very useful. Highly recommended. And Robert Kiyosaki actually recommended this particular book, and I picked it up absolutely free. And it's been a very, very good resource, a very good tool and very good resource for me. Now, a lot of the books that I get for free. I try not to purchase books and have them sitting on my shelf because I really don't have the shelf space for it right now. So when that changes, then I'll start putting them on the shelf. But for example, like this one right here is How I Created a $175,000 per month consulting business in 90 days. Very good book, absolutely free, from Frank Kern. I have been following him for a while and learning some of the things that he teaches. And there's some great information inside this book. But those are things that you want to look for. He's a professional. He's been around for a while. If you go and research his story, you can find out a lot of information about him. He's actually one of those individuals who was brought up through the MLSP community. So there you go. He's definitely a pro person and someone to look up to and follow. So when you do that, a lot of times they'll send out free reports, things of that sort, and you can get your hands on them. Some of it's insider material, and you can really get some good quality stuff on the insider material. Also, in my bag of tricks over here, I saw this one online, and I thought, well, if the library has it, I have to get it. This book is called Me Inc. It's written by Gene Simmons. Yes. Kiss. Gene Simmons wrote this book. It's Me Inc. It's all about being you, incorporating yourself in business. This is a good read. I read the reviews on it. I haven't actually read the book because I just picked it up today. But you know what? I am really excited to get into this book. Look, it's not that thick. Not that thick at all. So, okay, you say, well, Dana, you have all these all these different references and all these different things. What about books? How am I supposed to do the whole not interrupt with my schedule thing when it comes to books? Well, that's pretty easy. There's a couple of different ways you can do it. Ladies, pop it in your purse. When you go to pick up the kids, pop open the book, make sure you bookmark it. And then for men, sitting on the can. I know that sounds silly, but even for men or women, if you go to the restroom and you know you're going to be sitting in the restroom, instead of just sitting there twiddling your thumbs or picking your nose, then why not grab your book and read a page or two or 3 or 4 or spend a half hour in there? It doesn't matter, but at least you're using that time productively. So you can actually read the book over a period of time by inserting, read a page or two here or a page or two there. And then before you know it, it's all done. You've consumed the whole thing. So here's another one. Me Inc. Gene Simmons wrote that one. This one here is called The Answer by John Assaraf and Murray Smith. I read the description of this one in the library and it sounded really good. It says, grow any business, achieve financial freedom, and live an extraordinary life. Sounds pretty cool. I had to get it. It was right there with all the other ones. I was like, ooh, that sounds really good. So I'm going to be reading this one. And actually, down here on the bottom of the book, it says Stephen R. Covey says it's brilliant. So definitely a good read. There's another one for you. Here's one as well. No BS Guide to Direct Response Social Media Marketing. You see this? This right here? This is practically a brand new book. This one's from Dan S. Kennedy and Kim Walsh Phillips. But this one was actually, it didn't tell me in the back. I thought it would, but it doesn't. This one I just kind of came across and didn't even know that it existed. And see, that's the thing. You when you go to the library, you find things that you didn't even know were there. So if you have your mindset on something in particular, pardon me, if you have your mindset on something particular and you can't find it, then sometimes you can find other books that have really just jumped off the shelf at you. And I've had several of them do that. And it's pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. This one right here, I'm looking forward to it. They're talking about the ultimate no holes barred guide to producing measurable, monetizable results with social media marketing. And I know with this day and age of social media and everybody using it, trying to build their business, this book is on fire. So I'm going to be reading this one too. And I'm going to have tons of stuff to talk to you guys about and share with you of the things that I've learned that I think will help you in your journey. Here, The Entrepreneur's Solution. Here's another book right here. All of these were found in the same area of the library, by the way. This is Mel Abraham. I'm sorry. It's The Modern Millionaire's Path to More Profit, Fans, and Freedom. We all want more fans, freedom, and profit, right? So this is another one, The Entrepreneur's Solution. I mean, and a lot of these, they're small enough to where they could be like a 2-day read, 3-day read, depending on how much time you have to read. That's the thing. This one here is one that I picked up last minute, haven't read the description, but I have to agree with the title of it, and I'm excited to get into it. I really am. This one's called The Secret Language of Leadership. Now, leaders talk in a weird language sometimes because they're leaders, they've been around, they know what they're doing, and they have their own language sometimes. Well, this right here, if you can learn how to speak like the leaders, then you will become one too. So part of hang on, let me give you the author. This is Stephen Denning. Stephen Denning. And the title is The Secret Language of Leadership. It's really good. I really like that one. But the whole thing about it is this. When you first start off in business, you're thinking, hey, I'm so excited. I've got all this stuff. I have a great company. I have a great product. I have a great opportunity. Everybody's going to want to hear about this. Everybody's going to want to know about it. And then after about 2 to 3 weeks of posting it continuously online, you're going to get no results. You're going to be very frustrated. You're going to be struggling, and you're going to ask why. And then you're going to turn around and find somebody who's going to be able to help you. And personal development is going to be one of the things they're going to tell you that you need to do in order to get the skills that you need to have in order to succeed. Well, here is the thing. One of those things that you need to do is you need to get your mindset right. And I know I've said it before, and I will continue to say it till the day I die. Mindset has everything to do with your business, your struggles, your successes, and your future. If your mindset is not right, you can kiss your biz future goodbye. So when you are working on your actual mindset, changing it from a negative, oh, I'm struggling so hard, nothing's happening for me, to a positive, stuff comes to me effortlessly. Things are being attracted to me. I want this type of person. There's a very big difference between the two. And when you get ready to change from one or transition from one way to the other, there's a lot of things that go on during that period. And I highly suggest that you go out and find the books and things, read the titles, read the descriptions. If it sounds good to you, pick it up. Start reading, start growing your brain, start developing yourself into being the person that you know that you need to be, the person that you know that you want to be, and the person that you deserve to be. So with that being said, guys, that's all I have for tonight. I greatly appreciate you being here. Like I said, this is so much fun for me to do for you guys, so I can teach you the things that I've learned, and hopefully it will help you in your business and in your journey of entrepreneurship. So with that being said, guys, again, I greatly appreciate you being here. I'm very, very thankful for each and every one of you, and I hope to speak with you sometime throughout the week. Until then, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Enjoy the time with your family and friends. Take the time out of your schedule each and every day to be thankful for the opportunity to grow and develop and be able to share your business and your opportunity with others. And guys, I'm going to sign off now, and I thank you very much one more time. Greatly appreciate it. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to be working on my blog a whole lot probably over the next 2 weeks. And so while I'm working on my blog, you're going to be benefiting and reaping the rewards of it, because there's going to be so many blog posts that are going to be put up there. It's going to be sweet. I know. You're going to love it. You're going to love it, because it's going to be all kinds of information that are going to help you grow your business, and that's the whole point. So guys, I want to thank you very much again for being here tonight. When you need me this week, please feel free to go ahead and send me an email, dana@danacarpio.com. Shoot me a message on Instant Messenger through Facebook. And then on top of that, you can also reach me through my cell phone, which is usually right beside me all the time. So do me a favor, drop me an email, give me a call, shoot me a message. Let's connect sometime this week, and see where you are in your journey, and see how I can help you progress things so you're more successful. With that being said, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And until next Thursday night, take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.